welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today let's talk about 15 first date ideas, or just some advice for your first date. I have them written down, so you may see me looking down a little bit. That's only because of my notes. They're not in any particular order, so please bear with me. We'll get through it. Take whatever fits for you or whatever advice you'd like to have and leave the rest. Okay, so the first one is choose somewhere inexpensive or free for the first date. Why not? I mean, you don't want to feel like, you go on a date with somebody for the first time and they're looking at you like you owe them something because they're spending all this money on you for this fantastic date, and you may never like the person and the person may never like you. So is it really fair to ask them to take you somewhere like Ruth Chris or somewhere top tier just because it's a date? I mean, dating is just, especially that first date, is just like a meet and greet. So go get ice cream, go for a walk, go meet in a park, go to a museum, do something that's inexpensive. That way, if that person decides they don't really like you, and some people are really harsh, they be like they don't like you and then they want you to pay your own way. So let's make sure, ladies, that we're choosing somewhere inexpensive or free. That way, if it is some dude that you're dating and they're like, oh, well, you need to pay for your own self, we're going Dutch or whatever, they want to start with the silliness, that's fine. That's fine. You'll know that you're somewhere that you can afford your own bill and you're good, or it's free, so you're not losing anything. And you don't want to feel like you don't want to go on a date with somebody who ends up pressuring you for sex or to give them money or do something for them down the line because they took you on a nice first date. You want to be careful with that as well. And men too, sometimes women will feel like if you take them on a nice date, even though you're paying, that you have to continue that down the road. Like, it has to always be the way out. They don't want to date you no more. Or you guys can get into a relationship and then they'll end up breaking up with you because you're not spending cash like you used to in the beginning. So just be careful with it. Just ease into relationships, y'all. Y'all need to learn to slow down. There's no need to rush. Because remember what you do in the beginning, a lot of times our brains are wired to feel like, well, this is how this person's going to be. Even though we know good as well, people change, and it's just first impressions. People are just trying to make a good first impression, but for some reason our minds are like, well, this is how this person's going to be forever, and it may not be. And so you don't want to put yourself in any situation. Then that's another way too, to just make sure that that person truly likes you. If you take them on a date that is inexpensive or free, and they still are open to still talking to you and dating you some more. So that's my first one. Number 2, go somewhere public. Stop meeting up in private places, people's homes, places where there's not that much traffic, just meeting up in parks where it's empty or is far and few people there. Be careful with that because you can get taken advantage of, male or female. I mean, women, of course, obviously you can get taken advantage of sexually. You can, get taken advantage of or even be set up in a situation where that person's girlfriend, if you didn't know that they had a girlfriend, may meet you guys there and try to fight you. Or same for a man. A woman could set you up, or even her boyfriend or her husband may find out that that's where you're going to be, and he shows up and then you don't have any help, or she could try to rob you. Anything. Nobody's safe. So don't meet somewhere, especially with somebody you don't even know. You're just meeting them for the first time. This is your first, official meet and greet, your first dates. Don't trust them just because they've been nice on the phone or you guys can talk for a couple of weeks and they seem all nice and kind and everything and trustworthy. Don't do that because you're putting yourself in harm's way with that. You're going to end up getting yourself hurt really, really bad, or put in situations where you're going to regret that you even done it. So meet somewhere public. Go somewhere crowded if you have to. Like, it's better to be safe than sorry. But still, make sure that you're comfortable enough to still talk with them and keep conversation going. Don't be like all, tight and you don't want to talk and you're just uncomfortable if they come near you. Just relax, but just make sure that you have people around that can help you if a situation were to occur. Number 3, do not let the other person pick you up, male or female. Some men will let a woman pick him up. Don't do that because, again, you don't know. These people out here are crazy. People are here doing some ridiculous things. People are desperate for money. Some people are sadistic. Like they think about just harming people for fun. Don't put yourself in that situation, you know. And I even heard the stories of other women who went on dates with guys and they let them pick them up and they keep stalking them after they're like, well, I'm not interested. They keep stalking them because they know where you live at now. Or they'll be like, oh, you gotta walk home because you're not gonna have sex with me, and you don't want to be put in that situation. Just drive yourself. And men, you don't want to be put in that situation where a woman is, you know, setting you up, trying to manipulate you into giving her money and all this extra stuff, or she be the one to be like, well, you gotta find a way home. Then, you know, you're looking crazy. Even if you don't have your own ride, catch a bus, ask a friend, but don't let the other person pick you up, because nobody, especially in the beginning, they don't need to know where you live, and they don't need to have that much power over your safety in any situation. 4, dress appropriate. Dress appropriate for wherever you guys are going. Like I said, if you're going for ice cream, if you're going to a museum, if you're going to a park, if you're going, you know, maybe even to go get coffee or something, don't be in here dressing with all your cleavage out, all, you know, you can't even sneeze, or else all your bottom is going to be out of your dress, stiletto heels, and, or man, you're here wearing all this, you know, suits and ties and all this. Just appropriate. You don't want to look like you're doing too much. You don't want to look desperate. You don't want to like a pick-me on either end. Men can like pick-me's too. You don't want to do that. Make sure that you're just being appropriate and comfortable for the occasion. If you're going for a walk, wear you some cute jeans or some cute shorts and a t-shirt. Same for a guy. You know, some comfortable, cute tennis shoes or some sandals if you want to. I'm more of a sandals girl, even if I'm going walking. For some reason, it's not wise because it's not good and safe for your ankles. But do something like that. You know, keep it cute, keep it casual, but keep it appropriate for the occasion. Stop trying to go above and beyond for everything. You don't need a whole face full of makeup where you put a paper towel on your face and you pull the paper towel off and you got your whole face on the paper towel because you're trying to impress. You're doing too much. Just relax. Keep it simple. A little makeup goes a long way. A outfit that's well put together goes a long way. It don't have to be anything extremely abundant. None of that. Just relax and just for the occasion. Now, if you're going to a fancy restaurant, that's different. But if you're just going somewhere laid back and chill, be laid back and chill. And remember, the focus is personality, connection. Just figure out if the two of you are compatible. It's not about what you look like. That's nice and all, but that's not the number one thing that you should be focused on. Number 5. Make sure you look and smell good. Like I said, it's simple. You can wear a cute jeans and t-shirt outfit and some cute shoes, and just make sure your makeup is appropriate. Make sure you smell nice. A woman loves a man that smells good, and a man loves a woman that smells good. So just keep yourself smelling good. Wear your favorite floral mist, or, you know, guys, wear your favorite cologne, something nice, but don't overdo it. Don't take a shower in it. Just a spray or two goes a long way. You smell good. You look nice. You look put together. Your clothes are ironed. You look nice. So leave it at that. Number 6, make sure that you are listening intently. That means that you are not just lost in the butterflies and the good feelings and just how handsome and how pretty they are, but you're actually listening to what they're saying, because people will tell on themselves, and that's what you need to be paying attention to. That's what's going to make or break you moving forward in a relationship with them, or going on another date with them. Or if you're just like, yeah, you're cute and all, you're fun, you're beautiful, but you're just not for me. But you won't know that if you're lost in the butterflies and in La La Land, because you just like them so much, and you don't even understand why they're on a date with you, and you're just so happy that they chose to go on a date with you. Like, don't get caught up in that kind of stuff, because you will end up in situations where later on, once the butterflies go away, and once life really sinks in, and once their true personality comes out, all that's going to go out the window. So you got to think long term, not just in the moment. Number 7, be on time. I have that really bad, and I don't know why people even still ask me for second dates and stuff, because sometimes I be late. Oh my God, it's very rude. It's telling the person that you don't value their time, and that they're not important. They'll wait on you regardless. And men or women, whoever's going through a situation where they're on time but the other person's not, make sure that you make it be known after that first time you don't appreciate them being late. And if it happens again, then you don't wait at the date. You leave. If you said 5 o'clock and it's 5:30 and they still not there, you leave. After the first date, you make it clear to them, like, hey, you know, I will appreciate you being on time. You don't have to be rude or nothing. Second date, 5 o'clock, what's the date? It's 5:15, you leave. Don't let anybody play with your time. You are valuable. Your time is very valuable, and that's something you cannot ever get back. Number 8, smile. Loosen up. No one wants to sit and look at your B face, your resting B face, or look at you being all serious and all manly and all hard and all this kind of stuff that the world says that you need to be. Nobody wants to see that. That's uncomfortable and it's unattractive, and it makes people feel like, I don't care how much great you got going on for yourself, you're not an interesting person. You're not very nice. You're not very kind. You're too serious. But putting a smile on for a man and a woman is just so beautiful. I love it, seeing a man smile. Happy and just having a good time, just being himself. And I know for sure that since men love feminine energy, I'm sure that they love a woman who does the same thing. So just smile. It don't matter if you got a crooked smile. Obviously, if they asked you for a date, they seen that smile already. They seen your teeth. So let them see it some more. Let them feel welcoming. Like, be a welcoming person. Be smiling and happy and just warm. That's it. Just have a good time. So then they'll feel more comfortable talking to you and you'll feel more comfortable talking to them. Number 9, be yourself. Don't try to be like your friends, your family, your cousins, all them, people on TV. Just be yourself. Because that's who that person is on a date with you is trying to see. They're trying to see if you are, like, what kind of person you are. If you're a person that's compatible with them, if you guys like the same things. They just want to know you. They don't care about all the other extra stuff. They just want to know you. Number 10, avoid talking about sex or anything inappropriate, your favorite sexual things, your favorite positions, the nasty, freaky things you like to do, because you think that may turn a guy on. I'm talking to my ladies because that's mainly the women that do this, but you may think that may make him happy and make him excited, but he goes from potential girlfriend in his mind to potential sex partner, friends with benefits, because you're opening up, talking, oh yeah, I like to do this, I like to do that, and I can do this, and men too. If a woman, first of all, we're different. If a man's talking about that right off the bat and we don't want that, we're automatically like from boyfriend to never calling this guy again. So it's really, you need to be careful about what you're talking about. Just keep it on a surface, friendly level. Y'all be moving too fast trying to be like, oh, well, we're dating, so we're together. No, you're dating to get to know each other. That's it. There's no ties. You don't need to impress them talking about all the extra stuff that's not even important right now. You'll get there when you get there. Number 11, do not engage in anything sexually. So just like number 10. So if someone's talking to you about some sexual things they like, even if you are interested in it, don't sit back and, yeah, I like this too, I like that too, entertaining the conversation, or be like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and go to your crib, or let's go do this, and and you're thinking that that's going to make the relationship blossom because you guys had sex. It's going to create a soul tie. It's going to make you feel like the relationship is blossoming, but really it's just a soul tie. It's not no real underlying connection. You guys just had sex, and it may be great sex. Who knows? But it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? And you guys don't even know if you've been like each other because it was just sex. And now you're connected to the sex. And now, especially if you've been single for a while, you're like, oh, well, I don't want to let this go. And then you guys kind of get bonded sexually. So just don't do it. If you want something real, if you're looking for something serious, don't put yourself out there like that. Number 12, do not interrogate. Be careful with that. Interrogating a person, just let the conversation flow. Not how much money you make, what kind of job you work, what do you like, do you want kids, do you want to get married, how long do you think it'll be before you want to ask a woman to marry you? What do you want out of a man? What are you looking for? What kind of wife do you think you're going to be? Do you like kids? Would you be a good mom? Like, that is interrogating, and nobody wants to sit through it. And 9 times out of 10, that person's never going to want to talk to you again, or they're just going to be really flaky with you, or, you know, it's just not going to be anything in the end that you want. So just be careful and mindful of that. Just let the conversation flow. If the topic comes up about marriage, talk about it, but not too much where it's making that person feel like you're already choosing them to be married to. But just, yeah, you know, I would love to be married, you know, hopefully within the next couple of years. And this is what I would love out of my marriage. This is what I'm looking for. And next topic. Don't interrogate and, well, how would you be if I was to marry you? And because that's scary and creepy, and you don't even know if you even want to be with that person. So don't mislead people. Number 13, avoid talking about committing to the other person right away. Like I said with number 12, avoid just being like, yeah, so when we're together, or when this happens and when that happens between us, when we, you know, when we have this going on and we have that going on, well, how, you know, what are we going to do? Where are we going to live? Like, what kind of wedding do you want us to have? That's creepy, and that's going to push that person away, especially if they don't even know if they want that with you. And if you guys both want that for each other, 9 times out of 10, you're probably trauma bonding, or you're just you both desperate for a relationship, because there's no way you know that fast and you want to be that serious. Like men, they say typically know the first date, but usually there's some caution. They're not already like talking about, let's do this, let's get married, let's do, you know, I don't know why we're waiting, let's just go ahead tomorrow and go to the justice of peace. And be careful with that. Number 14, keep eye contact. It's a form of respect, and you'll know, if you're looking at them in the eye when you're talking to them, they get to see that you're sincere and genuine at what you're saying, and then you can also see that about them. You know, the face, the eyes especially, gives away a lot. You can tell when a person's not being honest. You can tell when a person is afraid. You can tell when they're trying to manipulate. You can tell a whole lot just by looking at facial expressions. So pay attention. And then number 15, do not come off as eager, desperate, giving extreme compliments, you know, or fishing for compliments, and don't just, oh, you know, whoa, it's me, I've been through this and this, and I'm just ready to settle down, and I'm just looking for someone good, I'm just looking for this, I'm just looking for that, and just pouring yourself onto this person and pretty much begging them to take you and to be with you. Don't do that. It's not cute, it's not attractive, and in a lot of cases, it doesn't get you anywhere. But manipulate it. If a person sees that you're that desperate, it's easy to manipulate you. Don't put your guards down like that. If you are a desperate person, you shouldn't be dating. But if you are, you need to keep pushing that down. Don't let it be known to the other person, because what you're doing is you're giving them all the fuel they need to manipulate and control you, because they know that you're desperate. They can just say whatever, do whatever, pretend until they get what they want. And if they're truly not interested in you, you may have sex with them, you may do something that you may later on regret, but they're going to get what they want and move on with their life. So that's just my 15 pieces of advice for you. When it comes to first dates, even the first couple of dates, to be honest, but the first date, number one, because I have been on some dates where people from the jump try to rush into being with me, trying to put a title on me, talking about sex. I've been in dates with people who have been very interrogating and intimidating. I've been on dates with people who just were really dry, really boring, and it was like, you know, can we laugh a little? I don't know. You feel uncomfortable to even laugh because this person's so serious, you know. And I've been on dates where people were just all superficial. That's all they cared about. They didn't really care to listen to what I had to say. And they didn't care to share anything about themselves, because all they wanted was one thing from me, which they thought they was going to get. But thank God, I'm just not on that path. So, you know, but me paying attention is how I knew, you know. And so you need to pay attention, and you need to just not so focus on where the date is at. Focus on that person's character. Focus on that person's mind, on the way they think, on the way they handle life. See if you even want to deal with this person long term. So that's my advice. Y'all let me know if there's anything extra you'd like to add. I love to listen, or I love to read about it. Let's be polite and kind in the comments, you know, like I said, always, there's someone reading your comments, including myself, and I don't want to go through, you know, people being rude and disrespectful over my own opinions. I mean, if it's your opinions, I'm here to listen. I'm open to it. So let's just be respectful of one another and just uplift each other, have some fun with it. And we will keep the conversation and talk next time. Bye.